gratitude to all the military veterans who are here today. We feel very encouraged to see you very healthy and strong. Like I said, I'm accompanied by the Deputy Minister, Minister Mabuza is not with us today, as well as Minister Kungubele. Our military veterans here will remember that the Presidency received a number of complaints from our military veterans community. And these complaints in the main were about the perceived and or other actual failure of our Department of Military Veterans to dispense the adequate support to our military veterans. As a result of those complaints and memorandums, the President appointed a task team on the affairs of the military veterans, and the task team was tasked to attend to all the complaints that were raised. And this task team is chaired by the Deputy President and comprised of Minister in the Presidency, Minister of Defense, and the Deputy Minister of Defense and Military Veterans. In line with our duty, our task, to deal with the issues that are confronting our military veterans, we have set about a program that is aimed at beefing up the capacity of the Department of Military Veterans to provide the necessary services to yourself. Along the way, it became very clear that in order to resolve the many challenges that you are facing as military veterans, it will be necessary to rope in different line functions, departments, as well as different spheres of government, that is, provinces and municipalities. That is why we are here today. It is for this reason that today we are here in the Northwest Province to formally share with you the progress that we've done as the task team, but also to discuss with the Premier and the administration areas where we think the province can assist. You will agree with me that our military veterans, Honorable Premier, they reside in your province. They are your esteemed residents of your province, who at a certain stage they were called to duty by circumstances then. They never hesitated to dedicate their very lives so that the rest of us can enjoy the democracy that we have today. It is precisely for these reasons that we are here to call on the province to ensure that these selfless men and women are prioritized for socio-economic service delivery programs that could be led by your province. In the spirit of intergovernmental cooperation, we will be able to provide you with an update in relation to the work that we are doing as the Presidential Task Team in an attempt to respond to all the issues that were raised, brought to our attention by a broad section of members of the military veterans community. As the task team, we have had to establish a technical task team which we subsequently tasked with the responsibility to render technical support to the task team and also to ensure coordination of cross-disciplinary stakeholder participation in this effort, as well as the implementation and monitoring of our program of action, which guide the Presidential Task Team on a day-to-day basis. In the main, the majority of the complaints that were raised and grievances from our military veterans suggest that there's a need for a development of a comprehensive approach geared towards the Department of Military Veterans to develop the necessary capacity, institutional capacity necessary to enable it to deliver on its mandate. Although different military veterans groupings had complained about different things, in the end it became apparent that the core of their complaints were largely similar and revolved around matters that are more or less related. As government, welcome and encourage dialogue amongst the different associations and with the Department of Military Veterans, so that everyone in this sector is kept abreast of all contemporary matters that may need our attention. It is for these reasons that we shall continue to encourage unity amongst all military veterans across the board. In this regard, we cannot overstate the urgent reinvigoration of the South African National Military Veterans Association, which is a very important platform for military veterans to dialogue and to involve themselves in the management of their own issues through their representatives. These issues may range from social relief of distress, educational assistance, decent housing, job opportunities, access to land, just to mention a few. There are many. As the task team, we have become alive to the interplay that should occur between various stakeholders, including government, departments, state-owned enterprises, different spheres of government, together with the private sector, in order to alleviate most of the challenges that are faced by our military veterans. We then resolved to facilitate an effective, coordinated, and flexible government-wide response and a joint action plan aimed at finding solutions to all the concerns that you have raised. We have also agreed to promote an interlinkages that encourage timely and relevant exchange of data, exchange of information on specific issues, so that we can find lasting solutions to these common problems. We also agreed to promote the coordination and information exchange amongst all relevant stakeholders within the military veterans community, with the view of enhancing the systematic mobilization of resources towards the upliftment of military veterans. Our approach is underpinned by a deliberate determination to firstly understand the nature and content of the grievances made by military veterans, irrespective of whether these grievances were reported to us by an individual military veteran or a formation or by any other structure. We're open to listen to everyone. This attitude indeed was necessary not only to allow ourselves to gain better understanding and appreciation of the difficulties that confront many of our veterans on a daily basis. Through such engagement of this nature, we have been able to conceptualize and constitute a number of work streams which we've tasked to focus and to pursue specific issues with the aim of bringing us more closer to resolving most of the grievances that have been brought forward. I'm sure the DG of the Department of Military Veterans will elaborate more on these work streams when she gets that opportunity. There is progress that we're making in terms of these work streams, but I must insist that we need to move a bit faster. We need to up the pace, DG. I have been informed that there's been at least one engagement between the technical task team and provincial technical task team players. That only happened last year in May, and want to encourage such engagements to take place. We wish to emphatically encourage you on the establishment of the dedicated office, Honorable Premier, in the Premier's office, so that the Premier's office can take a central role in the coordination of the affairs of military veterans. We want also to encourage the Premier to dedicate a few MECs that would coordinate issues that are affecting military veterans. And the office of the Premier will then communicate with the office of the Deputy Minister of the Department of Military Veterans, so that we can timely and quickly resolve any matters that affect our military veterans. I'm aware that The challenges that are faced by our military veterans at times are very complex and multifaceted. They require all of us, provinces, national government, and our municipalities to commit to a joint action approach to resolving these challenges. And I'm confident that we are going to resolve these challenges. In the end, the plight of military veterans and their families, their prospects of ever enjoying the fruits of freedom that they helped to bring about, lies on our commitment to support them. But we must once more call upon our military veterans to join hands, unite, and focus squarely on their welfare. In that way, we are going to make progress. We're excited, Honorable Premier, that finally obstacles that were preventing us from dispensing the necessary services to military veterans have been overcome. One service that has been a challenge was the pension rollout. I'm glad to say we've overcome that hurdle. We have finally approved the pension rollout, which we think will go a long way to assist our military veterans. I'm sure Deputy Minister Mabuza will elaborate on this pension rollout. We want to see this pension being rolled out as soon as possible, without delay. We're quite aware of the hardship that you are facing, and we must mitigate, and we must try and intervene. As I conclude, I want to call upon this family of military veterans to unite, work together with the Office of the Premier, work together with the Office of the Deputy Minister, all of us. If we do so, we'll achieve more. Thank you very much.